And of course, I'm doing like this because if you're talking about Italian food, you'd be like, definitely,
That's a your happy home moment for your dad.
definitely,
I'm
definitely.
visualizing
He,
Santa as he's flying over the equator, losing some of the red, fluffy, warm attire. Maybe Santa is a little less warmly dressed when he goes over Brazil. Hey, Erica.
Hi, Shawn. How are you today?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Happy to be here.
Me too. I am always happy to share time with you, share ideas, and welcome everyone to episode 3 of the Your Happy Home podcast.
Yeah, and it's gonna be an excellent episode because we're still gonna be on the topic of food. We promised we would share some other ideas about cooking and sharing amazing dishes with the audience. I hope they had time to go to the comment section and share their favorite recipe too. We're gonna take a look at those and maybe talk about the best ones later.
That's an amazing idea, Erica. Yes, everyone, if you'll please, number one, like and subscribe our podcast. And then definitely please do comment, please do post, please do share the food that you prepare in your home that gives you happy home moments.
We also love to share amazing recipes with the audience. And last time we met, Shawn, we were talking about 2 other recipes that we promised to share today. So I'm happy to talk about number one, the codfish recipe, which is like a tradition in my family. Another dish that gathers the whole family in a weekend, and especially during holidays. I don't know if the audience, if we mentioned before to the audience, but here in Brazil, by the time it's Christmas, we have actually a very warm weather. Summer is about to begin really soon, and so we have to think about like fresh food and not that heavy because during summer, you sweat a lot and you always need to, get back all the minerals you lose in this process. And also, you want to eat light and be prepared to endure the summer weather here in Brazil from the tropical areas. So, yeah. Thinking about it, one of the favorite foods, dishes actually that my dad loves to prepare during Christmas is codfish. And I think it's amazing because traditionally we eat turkey in some places, but my dad, he just came up with this tradition of codfish during the holiday season. So, yeah.
It's wonderful to have family traditions like that and to think back all of the different holidays, all the different Christmases that you had and had those wonderful meals to enjoy. Tell us about how your dad became acquainted with preparing the codfish and why did it become a tradition in your home?
Yeah, well, before we used to have turkey. Like normally, it's also a tradition. That I think we got it from the United States too. Like we all watch Home Alone, and the whole scene of Thanksgiving too with the turkey. That also became a tradition here in Brazil, of course, with some tropical touches that we add to it. Some dishes that come from Portuguese tradition too. They are very common in Brazil. Indigenous dishes that will become side dishes to the turkey. But we all travel to my dad's place during the holiday season, and it's on the south of Brazil. And the south of Brazil has very extreme temperatures. During winter, it can become very, very, very cold. In some places, some cities around that area, it could also snow, which is not very common here in Brazil. but it happens nowadays. But during summer, which is like the holiday seasons for us, it's almost summer here. Um, During summer, it's very, very hot. It can get up to 40 degrees Celsius, around 90 Fahrenheit. So you can only imagine having Santa Claus wearing those, red long sleeves, and it's like 40 degrees outside, 90 Fahrenheit outside. So it can be very, very warm during summer here. And we noticed that whenever we had turkey before, not a lot of people would eat it during the night because it was like so warm, and we wanted to eat fresh food. The salad, though, was something that would finish very fast. And so we stopped and thought about, what if we went with fish for this year? And it was like 2000, I think 2010, more or less. And fish would be a nice idea. We thought it would be like great because in the area where my dad has a place in Santa Catarina, the south of Brazil, there is a river. And we at first we thought about the typical local fish in that region, but then it wouldn't fit with all the side dishes for Christmas. That's when my dad had the idea of buying codfish. Like naturally, we don't get a lot of codfish in this area where he lives, so he brings it from Rio de Janeiro to Santa Catarina. He chooses the ones that are very, because you have different kind of codfish, but the one that he picks is like a beef that is like this thick. It has to be the one that has a lot of juice inside. It's you don't get to have thin slices, otherwise it's not gonna work because it's gonna go in the oven. And so we shared a little bit how we felt about changing from turkey to fish, and it's actually so nice because I don't know about you, Shawn, but after I eat fish, I feel so good. I feel that I could run a marathon after that. I don't feel heavy at all. I don't feel like I have to take a nap or anything like that. I'm still full energy, and it's like just made for weather like this. And so, because we all love olive oil in there, it goes perfectly with olive oil. And I'm gonna talk about the side dishes too, or whatever we put along with the codfish in the oven, because it all tastes very Christmas too. Like it tastes like Christmas nowadays. That it became a tradition in my family.
Definitely, Erica. The Thanksgiving holiday comes in North America, or specifically in the United States, a bit before Christmas. And number one, I'm visualizing Santa as he's flying over the equator, losing some of the red, fluffy, warm attire. Maybe Santa is a little less warmly dressed when he goes over Brazil. So number one, thinking about that. And number two, you're exactly right. In the turkey and in most families, you have a turkey and or a ham and all of the side dishes. And you really, after you've prepared that and you've eaten all of those things, oh man, you just want to take a nap. And
Exactly.
the I don't think that's as difficult in the winter. I mean, it's the days are much shorter here now, and they're getting longer there. So you've got a long day with a lot of sunshine, nice warm day. Turkey,
Exactly.
I can see why, as a family, you guys decided to change from something pretty heavy to something like codfish, which is much more lighter. And I can't wait for you to walk us through how you prepare the kitchen, what's going on there, and does your dad do all the work on the fish, and then other members of the family prepare side dishes, or how do you divide up the work, and how do you get started? Walk us through that, please.
We actually we try to join him in this codfish adventure, but no, we're like not allowed to go in the kitchen the day he's preparing the codfish. He's very meticulous about the whole process. You know, he does the mise en place one day before. He makes sure all the ingredients are like first class. You know, he's very strict about cooking. Everything has to be in the right timing, and so we don't dare, you know, anymore. We try it, but it's the only time of the year he's like very strict about his cooking, and we let him. I think it's something that he feels proud about it. Every year he tries to add something new to it, and he likes to control all the process. Like I'm not like that. I like to have people joining me in the kitchen too, but I totally understand it. It's his thing, you know. He found something that he really does. Like at his best, and he's one of the best in this in the family, you know. So we know that Christmas Eve, it's my Father's Day to go to the kitchen and prepare everything. And we actually feel glad about, you know, breaking the tradition of only having the woman cooking on that day. It's nice you have the man preparing a nice meal for us, you know.
So, Erica, your dad handles all of the food preparation the night before Christmas. And so, how do you feel about that? Or is the whole family just in the other part of the home, relaxing, listening to music, hanging out while dad's in the kitchen?
Yeah, well, sometimes we are even close by in case he lets us see what's happening there, but it's always a secret, you know. So we usually like we have an open concept kitchen in at his place in Santa Catarina, and like the kitchen is all open already. But then you walk a little bit towards the door, it's already the garden area. So we hang out in that area, the whole family, with you know, listening to music, or you know, it's sunny at this time of the year, so most of us will be sunbathing and just enjoying the day, because he starts the process during the day at around 2 the day before. It's not that it takes that long to cook. It's just him being very meticulous about it and making it a tradition. So yes, that's how we do. And you know, it makes sense to me because, you know, eating turkey during winter, you need the extra calories, you know. You need to feel that you had like a great meal. You need the animal fat. But during summer here, you need to eat very light, and salad is one of our favorites. Not that we're like on a diet or so, it just feels good, you know? It feels amazing to eat a good salad with all the ingredients you can think about. We like to add fruit to the salad, and it tastes amazing. I love the mix of, you know, cheese in your salad with apple and, you know, the sweet fruits that will add an extra taste to it. Like I love this kind of thing. So sometimes he'll accept that someone will make the salad, but normally he'll just prepare the salad too. And what comes with the codfish is usually vegetables. And from time to time, he'll add a different one. Like ask the family, how does it taste? Do you like that? Do you like this extra addition to our traditional codfish? But usually, our favorites, like as a family, are like onion and the garlic. But garlic, I mean, adding the garlic as something that you will eat separately, not as part of the season, you know. So the whole teeth, the entire teeth of the onion will be in there. And he also adds, we call it the head of the onion, which is the entire onion with the teeth, you know. So he cuts that in half, and seasons it with salt and pepper, and adds the olive oil on top of it. And then it's all about the carrot, potato, and sweet potato. And so it's amazing. It goes perfectly with codfish, and it's also good for you. It's healthy.
It sounds like it's very good for you, Erica, and very light and very, very tasty. The with the fruit salad, it reminds me of a salad that my mom used to make, and she would make what she called a carrot and apple salad, and she would
Oh.
grate up the carrots like in long, grate. She'd grate it,
Uh-huh, like
and
thin slices.
thin, very thin little slices. Is actually a little grater that you run the carrots on. You just up and down, up and down, up and down, and from there she would cut up some apples, and from there add some raisins and mix all that together, and it was
Uh-huh.
so good. And it was something she liked to prepare, and it went really well with almost any dish. And it's almost like a dessert dish, but it's a little bit sweet. She would add a little bit of sugar to it, and put a little bit of, like, I think she included a little bit of mayonnaise, and it had a
Oh.
really nice consistency. It was really delicious, and that would remind me, if my mom was in Santa Catarina on Thanksgiving, she would definitely want to prepare that salad.
This does sound like a Christmas salad, Sean, like with the mix of sweet and salty. Like I think it's perfect for Christmas. It's all about that. But also the codfish. I think what makes it extra amazing, it's the kind of olive oil that he selected, and that is his biggest secret. I know that he likes to add Spanish oil, like olive oil, to it because it has an extra flavor, and it's just it's good for cooking too because there are some types of olive oil that you don't cook with, but this one is specific to take to the oven and all. And I think after everything's cut in slices, that's what he starts to do the day before, like cutting everything in even slices, and he's very meticulous about the sizes so it all cook evenly. Like after doing that, all you have to do is wait for the next day when you just put it all together and put it in the oven. Add this carpet of olive oil, like don't be economic on the olive oil. And it's just salt and pepper, and it's gonna taste the best. I promise. It's like so good, so good. You don't need to add very expensive ingredients to it because the codfish is very delicate. If you add anything stronger to the taste of the codfish, it might spoil it a little bit. And for those who love this kind of fish, it's like they're gonna know what I'm talking about. Like the mix of olive oil and codfish is just perfect. It was meant to be. Every codfish should come with a uh, olive
With an
oil.
olive tree.
Yeah, with a bottle of olive oil by its side because it's just a perfect combination, I think.
Spanish olive oil.
Spanish olive oil. I don't know, Sean. When I went to Spain, I went to an area where they had the olive trees all over, and I tried it. I had the chance to try the ones that they just got from the typical steps they used to prepare it. It tasted differently. It was like eating a piece of meat, a good meat. The olive is just amazing in there. It's definitely different. It's bigger than the ones we have here in Brazil normally, the ones you can buy in the supermarket. But it was a great experience to me. Like, I remember being hungry. It was almost lunchtime, and then we were running. I was there for a wedding. One of my best friends was getting married, and he was Spanish. And so we were having a quick lunch to go to the tuxedo try on with him. And then we stopped in the place where the wedding was going to take place. And it was an area with olive trees, and it was so beautiful too. But then they sold some, how to say, petiscos, snacks, with olive oil. Oh my God, Shawn! It was like I remember saying, I don't have to have lunch now. I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied. It was so good.
One of the things that I've noticed is that when you have food that's so very flavorful, you're much more satisfied, and you don't stay as hungry, and you seem like, oh, I had three or four little tapas if you're in Spain, little four little snacks, and it was so delicious. I'm just really satisfied. And so I could see how that would really just be an amazing experience, going to your friend's wedding, having this wonderful food. That is definitely a happy home moment for travelers. Right there.
Oh
Wait a
my
second.
God,
We
yes.
got to do a travel show. But not today.
Exactly.
Definitely. And something else, Erica, as you're describing how your dad combines the codfish, the vegetables, what if what if you included like some shiitake mushrooms in that pan? So I'm visualizing all this, and so you've got it in a pan, right? You put the codfish in a pan, and now you've put the olive oil in it, you put the onions, you put the garlic, and it's going in the oven. Did I miss anything?
No, that's it. That's it. Very simple ingredients. The sophistication comes with the touches of, the timing must be perfect so that the fish doesn't lose its timing. There's a perfect timing for cooking fish and other meat in general, but fish has to be very strict. You have to be very strict about it because a minute more or a minute less, it could pass or be too raw. So yeah,
You go from too raw to perfect to overcooked really quickly.
exactly. So it's a very thin balance with the timing. So you have to be very strict about, you have to check the time every time. So that's why my dad keeps everybody out of the kitchen. He's looking. He doesn't want to get distracted. That's the main ingredient there, like being in the right timing for the fish. You want it to be juicy. You want it to be, it's like
A
crunchy
little
outside.
crunchy
Yeah.
out exterior,
Yeah.
yes, definitely. So, Erica, when he's cooking this, is his home set up where the kitchen is outdoors or is separated from the rest of the home?
Well, the kitchen is a very open concept. So if you get close to the door, it'll take you to the garden. And so when you're cooking, if you're in the garden and someone's cooking, you can see the person doing whatever they're doing, and especially because there's an island that you can see from the garden. And so what you don't see is the oven, but all the rest, like while the person is cutting the vegetables, and maybe it's a beautiful scene to watch because my dad likes to cook with the kind of songs that he likes, and he's like on his beat when he's cooking. He's on his comfort place, and it's a beautiful scene to watch. Like being, uh, feeling that you're good at something, and then sharing what you're good at with your family must be the best feeling ever.
It's a your happy home moment for your dad.
Definitely, definitely. He is definitely on his place during the whole tradition of cooking the codfish. And then it gives us extra time to hang out because after the cutting is done the day before, all he does is mixing all the ingredients, putting it in the oven. Then there's extra time to enjoy your family, enjoy the company that you're sharing this special moment with. So, yes.
That is really, really amazing. One of the things that I noticed about codfish, and the reason I ask, was the kitchen separate is because I've noticed that if you cook codfish inside the home, it can be very very strong, and the essence of the fish just really sticks to everything inside.
Right, right. Well, we keep everything open already. Like it's naturally an open concept kitchen with a lot of windows around, and the door is just huge. You can see everything that the other person is doing in the kitchen from the garden. Above the oven, that will be the what we call exhaustor. He gets all the smokes and everything will go to up there. That helps you. We turn that on, but since it's in the oven, there's no need to do that while the windows are open and the door is open too, and we don't feel any smell of the fish after we cook, because once you open the oven, it's already cooked and the smell is a little bit lighter. Before, yes, but you usually get the codfish already frozen, and there will be the whole process of, we don't need um, to take the ice out or wait until it's not frozen anymore. You just add the ingredients, add the salt and pepper, and that's good. So no worries about that. We learned from experience. Just keep your kitchen open. Everything will be okay. The smell will not hang in there.
That's good to know, because if you've got the vent hood taking out the odor, and then the doors and the windows are open, so it's not like the house is enclosed and tight and the air conditioner's running and the air is just circulating in there.
Exactly, exactly. So that's what we noticed from the what he does before preparation. Opens the kitchen, opens everything. We talk a little bit, and then after he has the whole ingredients ready, the next day it's just putting on the oven. No smells. We're great with that.
That is an amazing, amazing journey, Erica. That's not just a story, that is a journey, a holiday Christmas journey, and thank you so much for sharing. So, Erica, we've talked about your dad's codfish, and you mentioned in our previous episode about your experience with eggplant lasagna. I love eggplant lasagna. Tell us about your story, and how you discovered it and where you first ate it.
I was remember I mentioned before in the episode before that it's good for you to learn at least four dishes you do best, and then you can go to life with it, maybe find your husband. And also, men should also learn their four dishes to impress their loved ones, not just their girlfriends and wives, but we all love to eat well.
Definitely.
Um, yeah. And so I tried to follow that rule. Someone wise once told me, like, learn at least four dishes you know best, and then you're done. If you want to learn more, then that's up to you. And it's always good, but at least four. So the fourth one I chose when I was traveling to Italy. Naples had big influence in my cooking journey because this place is all about food. They're very proud of their dishes, and you kind of get in the rhythm if you're there, living the life and enjoying the dolce far niente, eating well, and um, just experience. It's food in there. It's not just to make you, not just something you eat to be strong to go on with your activities. It's an experience. And I think that's how we should see food from now on. I think you should enjoy the moments you have to sit and enjoy a nice meal, enjoy the company, maybe have a glass of wine in the mood, but they really stop and enjoy what they're doing. And thinking about the four dishes, I thought maybe one should be vegetarian because who knows?
For
Who knows
sure.
the audience nowadays. It's nice to have at least one day with no meat. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Testing if I can, at least one day of the week, I'll eat something vegetarian. So when I was traveling to Naples, was experience all kinds of food they had to offer, and one day I saw the on the menu of this restaurant melanzana, and it's funny because it reminded of my favorite fruit. In Portuguese, it's we say it's melancia, which means watermelon in English. And then I thought, what is a melancia dish doing here? Watermelon in your food? Do they eat that here? And then I was curious, and I asked the waiter, and he was like, "No, this is actually eggplant, and this is how we call eggplant around here." And I was, "Oh, okay, so that would be interesting to try." And it was like in the dark. I was in the dark. I never had this before, but it was a melanzane lasagna. And instead of using, this was very nice because instead of using the typical lasagna noodles, you know, if you if you want to cut your carbs, this is a great recipe because instead of using the lasagna noodles, you cut the eggplant in really nice slices. Like they have to be thin, but not that thin. We add uh, the pomodoro, the tomatoes before, with
Tomatoes.
yeah, garlic, onion, and also the uh, that that sauce, tomato sauce that I taught how to prepare before.
Hmm.
And then you add the slices of eggplant, and don't forget to add um, salt and pepper to it every time you add the slices of eggplant, and then another part with tomatoes, onions, and garlic too. And if you want, add cheese at that point. Uh, the cheese we used to add in here was always mozzarella. They eat the fresh mozzarella that you buy in the street, and it's just amazing. I don't know about the United States in this topic, but in here, when I buy a mozzarella, it's a very processed one. It's not very easy to get fresh mozzarella in Brazil. But if you would, it would be very expensive. But in Italy, it's just they sell in every corner. It's very cheap, and it's fresh. And usually the not fresh mozzarella will be yellow. It looks different. The fresh one is very white and soft, and they sell it in little balls of mozzarella cheese, and it's amazing because when it melts down, it's just a show. It's just so nice to see it. The kind of slice of pizza that you eat, and then the cheese is just hanging there. It's just this kind of cheese. Looks delicious and it tastes delicious too. And so you add the cheese. You add one more part of eggplant, and the cheese on top again. So it's a balance between tomatoes, onion, garlic, and cheese. And it's just the best combination ever. The eggplant will melt a little bit with the cheese within it, and the tomato gets the juicy part that you want, and it's also has so many textures on it because of the vegetables you're using, the onion, the garlic, It's crunchy. It has the cheese that adds a little bit of, a taste of, oh, I'm eating something that is forbidden here, but it's actually not, because with all the healthy ingredients that you're eating along, it's just amazing. It takes the palate experience to another level.
So, walk us through, if you would, Erica, the preparation of the eggplant. So, you're slicing it up, you're slicing it thin. Do you let it sit in salt water for like the night before?
No, no, it's very simple and fast too, because all you do, you add the salt as you're putting all the levels of the lasagna in order, So after you add the first level of eggplant, that's when you add the salt. You don't have to do anything the night before. Just the lasagna, the eggplant goes exactly as you bought it. So it's something very quick. I think last time I did it was like it took me 30 minutes to finish the dish.
Wow.
So good for you. Tastes amazing and fast. It's so fast and also inclusive because you can invite your vegetarian friends to.
So, what are you going to prepare as a side dish for this lasagna? This beautiful, and how thick is it? I mean, is this is like I'm visualizing like a lasagna that might be around this thick in a pan.
Yes.
That's like a rectangular size pan. How thick? How many layers is in this?
Yes, I typically add 3 to 4 layers of eggplant, so between the eggplant, one layer of eggplant and the other, that will be nice slices of cheese and the tomato. Like, be generous when you're adding the tomato sauce. And I don't know if I was that specific when I was explaining the first layer. The first layer is not just tomato sauce. It's like raw tomato that you add in there. Um, it'll be in the end. It'll be like caramelized, and nothing tastes better than caramelized tomato um, with a nice touch of olive oil in the end. After you take it out of the oven, if you like it, add a little bit of parmesan, fresh parmesan if you would. Just we usually keep a slice of parmesan like this, a triangle, and we just do it like it at the time. We don't buy the already cut off parmesan. So you add it freshly. It's just it takes the lasagna to another level too. It's the final touches.
Definitely, definitely. So you started out, you've got a layer of tomato in the pan, and then you have do you put tomato sauce on top of the tomato, or do you go
Yes.
tomato sauce, eggplant, or eggplant cheese, tomato sauce, eggplant cheese, tomato sauce,
Tomato
eggplant
sauce.
cheese on the top, and then you
I
put it
also
in the
add
oven?
onion. I add the onion with the tomato, like, and being more specific, it's raw. Like, that's how much work you're gonna have. Like, just cut the tomato in nice slices. The thinner the better, because then it doesn't take long to cook, and it can get caramelized very easily. So I add onions. The original has recipe didn't have onions, but I love onions. I love garlic. I think onions and garlic are the best combination ever. And that's already on the tomato sauce I taught in the other episode. So it'll be on the mix of the tomato sauce you're adding with the pieces of tomato too, the slices of tomato you're adding it to the first layer. So after that, it don't add any other raw tomato. The preparation in the end, like the first layer, will be enough for the slices of tomato. You wanna add the sauce in between with the cheese, because the combination of cheese and tomato sauce is just wonderful. They really know what they do. But I do keep adding the onions to the layers. So in the end, they get thick like this thick if you're adding 3 to 4 layers of eggplant and changing between eggplants and tomato sauce and cheese. In the end, it's gonna be this thick, more or less.
So it's in a traditional size lasagna pan is
Yeah,
about what I'm visualizing. That just
exactly.
sounds a really, really, really amazing, Erica. So are you slicing the onions or are you chopping the onions as you've added that to it?
I like to slice them in a vertical position, not small pieces, just vertical slices of onion. They will cook evenly this way. If they are too small, then they might cook very fast and then pass a little bit. But I think that they add this extra flavor to it. It powers up everything, it gets all together in the end.
It
And also, you might be asking, how does it get that thick in the end? If you think about a normal lasagna noodle, it's very thin and delicate. But the berinjela, the what we call the melanzane, the eggplant, it's a little bit thicker. Like you can make it too thin, otherwise it'll just go everywhere. It's not gonna look nice. Make sure you cut it this big. It's twice as big as a lasagna noodle. In the end, it's gonna melt a little bit with its internal juice, and it's gonna go everywhere to the other parts of the food, and it just tastes amazing. I could, like, speaking of eggplant, I could just normally, and I like meat, like I eat meat in a daily basis, but I could easily change a beef of meat for eggplant because I love it. It's just so good. It tastes like meat sometimes if you prepare it well in a way that is intentionally done to be a substitute for the meat. It tastes amazing.
Are mushrooms really common in Brazil? Is it something like the
They
big
are.
shiitake mushrooms? I was thinking about that with the codfish, but I'm definitely thinking about mushrooms
Yes.
with or maybe as a little side, almost like baking the mushrooms and having that as a side. I don't know. What other sides would you have with this? I mean, like a garden salad with olive oil and vinegar, or what else would you prepare with
Yeah,
this
I
delicious
usually
food?
I usually eat it with a salad too, because it's already typically, I don't know, my mind kind of makes me think that I'm eating a heavy thing when I'm eating a lasagna, even if it's made of eggplant. So usually I take a salad as a side dish, but normally, like if I have more people invited, like guests, I would add rice because Brazilians love to eat lasagna with a little bit of rice, and adding the salad is always there. But typically, if you want something more like a cereal, then I would go with rice for this situation because it doesn't spoil the delicate taste of the eggplant lasagna. It's very delicate.
So do you have when you have a regular lasagna, would you have rice with that, or would because there's no noodles in there, you don't have as many starches and carbohydrates?
Well, I would normally, with a normal lasagna, I would eat only the lasagna, not even the salad. Yeah, I wouldn't waste the space with salad for for that. So I would go with only the lasagna. I don't know. It's something that because it usually comes with the meat, so I think everything that I need is already in there. With the lasagna, the vegetarian lasagna, I feel that the salad will make all the work, because I don't feel uh, that I need to rest after having the eggplant lasagna. I feel great. I feel that I can go and exercise after having this kind of meal. So I try to keep it fresh and with natural ingredients. And the cereal is something extra I'll add if I know that I'll have extra activities on that day, or if I have guests that would like to eat anything else with it. So yeah, that's basically what I do.
It sounds really delicious, Erica, and there's so many things, so many ways that you can, just we were shooting some ideas back and forth with mushrooms, with different things. Milena makes a casserole with, or a lasagna, not a casserole. She makes a lasagna with like squash, and she'll also put in the eggplant, and she'll also cook some ground beef and layer those things in there with the cheese, the tomato sauce, and there's just a lot of ways that you can just make that so super delicious. And the pan, it's like exactly like you're thinking. It's you take that out and it's heavy, and you have that one
Oh
pan
yes.
that could be like 4 or 5 meals. We're putting that in the fridge and saving it for later because you just can't eat a whole lot of that.
I know, it's great. I try to save the eggplant for later because it's an excellent dish. You just put it on the oven again and then it's done. But it never, whenever I have guests who eat with me, it's never, there's never something left. So, even if I'm eating alone, I'll easily eat the whole thing alone because I love the way they taught me to prepare it. It just goes amazingly with there's something about the tomato, the cheese, and the eggplant together. They just, I don't know, it's just a powerful, powerful taste that will explore your palate. Like, you want if you want something bitter, there's a bitterness from the eggplant in there. You can get the juice from the tomato. It keeps it not dry. I don't like to eat anything that feels dry. So the tomato is in charge of that part. So it's perfect. It's the perfect combination. Everything is well balanced.
Do you put in any basil, or is there any spices in there other than the onion and
You
the
can.
garlic?
You can, yes. I would add them in the end after the dish is ready. It would look like it's only decorating, but it's adding flavor. You would know. Even the smell of basil, it just changes the environment, right? So yeah,
Definitely,
definitely. If you have
definitely.
a chance of adding basil to anything, please do. You know.
One thing that is really, and you mentioned the really fresh mozzarella and like the mozzarella ball, is to get some really ripe tomatoes, cut the tomatoes, cut some mozzarella, and put the mozzarella on top of the raw tomatoes, and just like as a side dish, and put a little basil on top of the mozzarella, maybe a little bit of olive oil on top of that. Whew, wow, it is really good.
This is close to the caprese salad that what you just described. It's they they are so confident on the quality of their ingredients that if you only add like one of the most famous dishes in Italy is the caprese salad, which is basically tomatoes, basil, and the fresh mozzarella. If you think about it, think about the colors that you see on this salad, and it's the salad that will give the main idea for the Italian flag. You have the green from the basils, you have the red from the tomato, and you have the white from the white mozzarella that is so fresh, and that's why it's white. And of course, I'm doing like this because if you're talking about Italian food, you'd be like, very expressive.
Absolutely. It's really one thing that I'm really grateful for is I've had the opportunity to travel to Italy twice, and it's really an amazing place. And I hope that you and I can talk about traveling sometime soon. I know that you are a very well traveled person and you have a lot of stories and tips on, especially like a maybe a single lady traveling or a mom with two little ones traveling. Can't wait to maybe dive into that. What do you think about episode number 4?
I would love to share ideas on traveling. I think it's an excellent topic for the next episode. We should definitely dive into this topic, Shawn. Yes.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. Please like, please subscribe if you have enjoyed this episode of Your Happy Home. Erica is making me hungry as always, and I hope that Erica, if you have time, if you can maybe put some recipes together and include those in the maybe a link to a recipe at some point, that would be so super awesome.
Definitely, let's add it to the channel and I'll let the audience know where they can find the links whenever I had the recipes ready. But it's definitely something I have on my mind in the future. Now that the holidays are coming, we'll definitely have a lot of cooking going on around here. So,
Right.
yeah.
Could you spy on your dad and find out how to do
Yes,
codfish?
I'll do my best. That will be my mission impossible for sure.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. And we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.